We will frog this Angry Knitten. This one is from Fort Collins. If you have not seen me open your package and you believe it's already here, I need you to go to YouTube because too many packages to make videos. Got to do it with live stream. So the replays are posted there. So I opened half of today's stuff already. This is the second half. Ooh, got some very pretty stuff. And it's got a seal. How fun. It's a shit show. Thank you for bringing light to deconstructing Swiftianity. Love for my beads to be proudly worn in DC. Please give them out to all who want to wear them. Wearable activism is the tits. Greeting from Fort Collins. Sending donations. All right. Very pretty scarf, which I will probably be buying because those are all my colors. Will you be mine? Oh, this one's for me. I think it's a pin. Aha! Here we go. This is fun. We'll get to put some of these in the bags. Hands off, hands off. We did a lot of political friendship bracelets as they're recovering from their own Swiftianity. And they're so pretty. Still very important that we are not calling it a war. Yes. You're trying to mock, but you should be listening right now. Yeah. It's an illegal action. Well, still probably not because 48 hours, but it is an illegal action that the president is trying to do. The president does not have war powers. The president cannot take us to war. That's Congress. Paying attention right now and educating ourselves is extremely important. And language is extremely important, as it always is. Ladies' grass. I created some of the artwork in my home. None of it down here, I don't think. Yeah. But being nervous and being scared doesn't mean we need to go to creators and be like, gotcha, you said. Like, maybe we're all scared. Maybe some of us know exactly how many Americans could be killed if we go to war in Iran. I didn't even know he had a rash, but I hope it's something bad. I mean, why are you asking somebody else if you should be scared? Like, why are Americans looking so hard for someone to tell them what to do instead of asking themselves what they can do to push back? We, the American people, are going to have to find a way out of this. Malibu, California. And it's got cute little elephanties. Iraq and Afghanistan were approved by Congress and they were considered wars, but we didn't formally declare wars. But we did not invade those countries without approval. We had congressional approval. Something I reminded my husband of, and then I reminded him that we looked this up the last time he was calling a presidential strike war. The president has hugely broad strike powers. The president does not have war powers. Those things are very different. If Trump sends the military into a ground or sustained conflict and they go along with it, that is an illegal conflict. It matters what Congress does next. Oh, these are so soft and so pretty. And they're sparkly. They were wars, and that's why we called them wars. People think I'm standing on the semantics of it's not a war because it has not been declared a war, and that is not what I am doing. I am saying the president does not have power to take us to war. And so if he is taking us to war, it is being done illegally. And the significance of him sending us into an illegal conflict is him declaring, I'm a dictator, right? We have just crossed a line from I want to be a dictator to I am a dictator. Again, 23 Republicans could end this at any time, right? So every time an American dies in this conflict, it is on us to make Republicans extremely miserable. And yes, I agree with you that the American privilege is showing right now. And it has been since the election started. And as someone who did not grow up in America, it has been very difficult to watch. Yeah, I mean, he basically did the Shrek thing, the Lord Farquhar thing. Many of you may die, but that is a risk I am willing to take. This one is from Chicago, Illinois. Squirters is not a derogatory term. If you're trying to say squirters, no. Oh, look, my little bag. Do not ruin it right away. In war, squirters is a term for the people who were in the target that you're targeting leaving. It appears that what happens in Kuwait was friendly fire. Those are very, very different. Yes, there's a big difference between strikes and troops on the ground, but that's not the only difference. Like, they went on a extraction mission in Venezuela. Obviously, there were troops on the ground for that, but that was not illegal because the president has, again, very broad powers under the AUMF. Definitely, you should not be listening to the things President Trump is saying and then trying to prove your point based on the things that President Trump has said. He clearly has lost, he's clearly not in control of his faculties, and the president calling something a war does not make it a war. Congress has war powers. It's very, very clear. And part of why it's so important to be very, very clear about that is because Congress can stop this anytime they like. This one is from El Segundo, California. Tell people to send you stuff from all over the country, they said. It'll be a good idea, they said. Vietnam was authorized by Congress, and if you listen to what I'm saying, I think you will understand. It is not a war because the president does not have power to declare war. That is Congress. So the president has powers to strike, and if the president takes us into a conflict that Congress has not authorized, that is an illegal conflict. All of this is impeachable. Getting on Republicans, that's what we need to be doing right now. 23 Republicans. End this nightmare at any time. And Iran doesn't have the capability to attack us in America, right? So it's not like there's any downside to pulling out of this. It's not like there's some point at which we've gone too far and we just have to stay in the war. Ren, if you don't care about what the words are, get the fuck out of my space. I'm not here for this. Every single expert can tell you the importance of semantics. Sit down and shut the fuck up. And some red hats. For an adult, it says don't obey. It's very important. Obedience is a bad thing. It's illegal. So what you do now is get on your representatives. Yeah. What you don't do now is think a 38-year-old woman sitting in her house knitting is going to give you the secret to how to solve this. What you do is understand that you are the adult in the room and you need to be figuring out what to do. Okay. Yes, I am just attacking my followers. Ren, get the fuck out of here. We've been doing this for 3 years now. If you don't know why you're in my space, you don't need to be in my space, and I don't want you here. Bye before you get blocked. Yeah, I'm here to give information. I'm not here to collect followers. I could not care less whether you were here or not. If you are not, yeah, I was happy to meet people too. But when you start trying to weaponize things and throw them in my face and you show up and tell me I'm wrong in my area of expertise, which is not your area of expertise, you need to be called the fuck in. Okay? It's going to be a really long. No, you weren't agreeing with me. You were saying that what your word choice is doesn't matter. And if you think that, you don't belong here. Quite simple. Language is incredibly important. Maybe I wrote a book about that. You don't think you can learn anything from an intelligence officer that's been to war twice? Then you don't belong here, no matter how cool it was to meet me. Not say what he's doing is illegal, Ren. You said, doesn't matter what the words are. It's just illegal. That's why I checked you. Now you can take this as a learning moment and just be called in, or you can continue to make this a thing. Cool thing about comments, we can all read them. When there's a literal expert in front of you talking about the importance of the language we use right now, that was an inappropriate response. What you should do is stop asking a 38-year-old what you should do and go ask yourself what you should do. I'm not going to tell you what you should do. It's not what I'm here for. It's not even my job anymore. My job is to tell you the threat and let you figure it out for yourself. The most important thing right now is to understand that a fascist needs a popular war in order to consolidate power. There's nowhere that you live in the United States or the world that you can't contribute to making this a very, very unpopular war for them. Someone crocheted a whole F ice thing. I think all of you also understanding that no one does this to women creators. They don't bite at their words, or to male creators. Like, people only do this to women, including other women. And we are here to open packages. Yeah, this has become a fully out loud white supremacist government. Ah! Look, they say fuck ICE. This might be the blanket that I have to keep. Ren, I'm not coming at you. I called you in for your language. We went back. We figured it out. I explained it. You can choose to calm down and stay here and understand that I get attacked every single day. Or you can leave. I really do not care if you are here or not. Like I said from the beginning, I'm not here for the followers. I'm not here for your support. I'm here to teach you things and to be helpful to you if I can, because I have a lot of information. If you can't understand that, I don't want you here. Please go away. Almost 1 million people every day listen to me and manage not to be attacking. You're making this choice. Really sad that you met me in person and you don't understand that as a woman veteran on the internet speaking out all the time, I get this crap from everyone. Because cults always promise space travel. I don't understand what it's supposed to be, though. Oh, it's a rocket. I mean, this week it was a very interesting experiment because I said what I wanted to say. I just turned off the comments. And it turned out it's not that people are scared and want information. It's that people want to yell at the messenger and they're upset that they don't get the chance to do that. I try to listen to comments. I try to engage with the audience. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not your leader. I'm here to share information. I am not a member of the Secret Service, so I cannot tell you if Trump was shot in the ear. This one is from Senor. Lakewood, Ohio. I like the AI summary. An expert shares her opinion on language in war. Yes. And then people tell her she's wrong. We are granny squaring across America. Sorry, I can't be there. Hope this helps. Much love, a friend elsewhere. I'm not a civilian now. No, you're never a civilian again once you go into the military. I'm a veteran now with a military intelligence background. And what that means is I will always understand the military and military conflicts better than you. It's okay. I'm not pissed off at you anymore. People call this a trigger, but I'm very, very clear about this on my channels. If you show up and tell me I'm wrong in my area of expertise and you have not established your area of expertise first, you will not be receiving a friendly response from me. I crocheted the necklace. Well, I had this very beautiful beaded necklace that someone sent to me. My expertise is in cults and tyrants and bad guys, and also the United States military and how it functions. Pretty much my two main areas. Yeah, the whole thing about being a veteran, and people ask me, sorry, for those of you who are on other channels, this one person was trying to invalidate my expertise because I used to be in military intelligence, but now I'm just a civilian. And one of the whole reasons I get asked this question a lot in interviews, they're like, how do other veterans feel about you, or active duty feel about you calling the military a cult? I'm like, they get it. Like, we all understand that we went through something that we did not know we were signing up for. It changed us forever, and we never get to go back. Dear Daniela, close my contribution to the Angry Knit, and thanks for the great content and for spearheading everything. And it's also true in the military, y'all, that other soldiers get mad at the intelligence. because when we are scared, we get mad at the people trying to help us understand what's going on, because something in our human brain tells us that the people that are helping us get through it should be able to just fix it, right? So like, I've been the bad guy since I was 22 years old. I've also been the expert in the room since I was 22 years old. The shooting the messenger response. And I warn you about this in intel school. They're like, if you wanted to be liked, you should have gone infantry. Nobody likes the intelligence officer, because nobody likes the person that's always telling you that you are wrong and throwing your stuff back in your face, which is the exact job of the way that all the tyrants and bad guys lose every single time, because they will not consider that they might be wrong. They might lose. And that's how you are going to damage your entire movement or war effort. Yeah, military child is its whole own interesting cult experience that I have spoken to a bit as well. And mileage may vary, right? But there's a big difference between whether your military parent or parents military home or not. Right? My child, for the first 5 years of her life, was growing up in a military family, but we did not militarize the home. So I think her life is much better. However, every military child understands this one thing that every cult baby understands, which is having the mission put before you. Most children are growing up with parents that will put them before almost anything else. Not military children. Also, in almost every state in America, making your kid do military drills and exercise is a form of child abuse. So if that happened to you, here's the key to unlock that. This is from Finksburg, Maryland. We got crochet granny squares, knitted granny squares, sparkly granny squares. I am glad that I did military intelligence. I mean, it was my only option. It was the only thing I wanted to do, because I knew I would be good at it. It's also one of the things that, like, people have asked me, like, how can you possibly still be proud of your military service? And I'm like, well, I'm a lot less proud of it than I used to be. However, I was a really good intelligence officer. Could have done it for anybody. Did it for America. And I helped integrate the military by gender, which made the military safer for all women. So I won my war. I was in the Army. We got some hooks for the hookers. We've got a super cute froggy square. This one is from, I don't know where this one is from, unfortunately. Oh, there's a letter. So I know the letter. Y'all will be doing this every day for like the next 5 days. So get to spend a lot of time with you. In solidarity, M. So it's a mystery. My husband the other day, he's like, the zip code's right there. I'm like, do you think I have all of the zip codes in America memorized? I am not getting intelligence from anywhere currently. So this is the thing about intelligence, right? Or like a source. You have to have access and placement. I do not have access or placement, nor does anyone talking to you on the internet. I have a background in this, and I am making all of my stuff based on my background. So like I have said, I will be here to help narrate the 4-year march to dictatorship. But no, I do not have special information. I have a bunch of friends that are high-ranking people in the military, so it's not like I just know nothing about the current military. No, your argument that given sexual assault and rape occurs in the military, that making it culturally acceptable for women to join the military actually endangers women is very, very, very false. We know for a fact, because this happened over a decade ago, that taking down the combat ban made it safer for women, because you cannot have a population that is radicalized to conduct violence and then tell them that their colleagues are not as good as them. That predictably ends in violence. So tinfoil, blah, 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 blah. This is the exact reason why you should be listening when it's not your area of expertise, because that was a very yikesy take. Yeah, especially to someone who has written the most critical book about sexual assault in the United States military. So embarrassing for you. Sit down. It's almost like the reason they don't want women in the military is because we put a stop to the raping and the pillaging. Yeah, and getting the military to over 20% women was extremely crucial in making everyone safer, you included. This is why Donald Trump is the president, y'all. People thinking that they know better than the experts on things. That's why Donald Trump is the president. No matter what side you're on, no matter who you voted for, you're on the internet doing this kind of stuff, you're part of why we have a tyrant right now. I'm learning how to help the way I can help effectively, from Madeline in Woodbury, Minnesota. I got a whole bunch of brownie squares. Bye, Cookie Monster. Nobody wants you here. How embarrassing for you when you finally Google me. Call my dog a Republican because he's a Republican. I also do it because calling my dog a Republican is anthropomorphic political satire, and it's hilarious. Calling Republicans dogs or maggots is dehumanizing, and we don't want to be doing that. I have very few influencers that I follow. People are sending granny squares because we are having an angry knit-in Washington, D.C. on Sunday. And we are creating a giant "Not Today" fascism banner. I did not see the rash on his neck, but I've heard about it, and I'm very excited. What I'm currently knitting is a cult coat. So my fuzzy yarn that you always see me. It is also because he barks at Democrats. He's very racist. He doesn't think other dogs should exist. I mean, and he has the exact personality of my MAGA father-in-law. And a card. Thank you for your voice, your wisdom, sending support from the frozen wastelands of central New York State. Oh, I feel cold just thinking about it. I'm going to have to do an extra weather dance for New York on the 14th. I mean, again, I'm guessing you're not a linguist and you're not an expert on fascism, tinfoil. So this is not the thing you want to take on. Using dehumanizing language is the step before killing people. If you want to be part of that, that's going to be on your head, not on mine. And you're not going to be able to say you didn't know better, because you did, because I'm telling you right now. Also, this is your last warning to stop telling me I'm wrong in my area of expertise before I block you. From Rockville, Maryland. Yeah, they're on other channels. I'm on 3 channels right now. So, I'm just trying to give everyone the opportunity to see their package being opened, is what I'm trying to do. Yeah, you can morally condemn people's behavior without dehumanizing language. English is such an incredible language, and there's so many ways to say anything you want to say There's literally no justification for dehumanizing language. I had to call out myself on the maggots thing too, because it was clever, but it's not okay. Enclosed are 3 lily pads, applique made from reclaimed yarn, one based on a Hoji's block print of frogs. I've never done tapestry crochet before, so making it was fun. Look forward to seeing you March 8th. Yay, she's coming. So exciting. I mean, calling someone Secretary of War is not dehumanizing. But calling him Sal is probably a bit dehumanizing. Like, we can have other nicknames that aren't based on non-human things. And it's a good thing for us all to be looking at. And you're in charge now. I have my own song stuck in my head, and it's so great. This one is from Sonora, California. Ooh, building a list of actions for your knit-in is excellent. And we also have at www.angryknitin.org the tight-knit community where we have all kinds of actions people can be engaged in as well. I mean, it's especially hard when people are dehumanizing you to not dehumanize them back, but it's also especially important. These are from a mother-daughter knittington. Ooh, there's no wrong way to have a body. That was one I had to work on. Bodies don't come in a hierarchy. These are so pretty. They're super sparkly. I'm sorry, I'm so into the sparkle. I still love the non-sparkly ones, but Donald Trump was trying to take our sparkle, and I refused to allow it. From Park City, Montana. Is that MT? Nobody knows. So what's funny is I lost the diamond from my wedding ring yesterday, and it has not been found. And while you think it might be easy to go around the house and look for a sparkly thing, not so much in this house. Yay, the colors are so great. I know, like, it's fun, you know, like, it's fine, it's insured, but read and enjoyed the culting of America, waiting for the delivery of uncultured. I actually kind of think that's the right order to read them in. But yeah, never a good day to look down at. Just see your ring looking $5 trinket that has fallen out, fallen apart. People from outside the U.S. can send me some, but they all need to be here by March 6th. So if you're not sending them today, it's probably too late. These ones are from Bloomington, Illinois. There's the lily pad. Yeah. Almost done. This was one day, but it was the weekend. But I still think we're going to be hauling bins. The huge bin that I have to haul it all. No. I mean, it's like, I don't know, a 10% chance that we'll just find it somewhere. We were out at an ice skating rink. I mean, there's just Ooh, that's what I did. I checked the bed. They're frog themes because frogs have become a symbol of the resistance, and because in fiber arts, frogging is when you rip it out, when you take out your mistakes. So, it's going to get loud for a second. Sorry. There's a lot of people are sending a lot of blues so that people can put the lily pads on top of, but people are also just sending in whatever they want, which is what you have to expect when you give a large amount of people very detailed instructions. But one of the, we'll see if we get the attention of the Smithsonian, but we're going to do our big large thing, and I'm going to keep one of the blankets for posterity, and so I will also be able to attach things that show up too late is the hope. Sorry folks, but yeah, the part of the challenge for people is going to be the people that show up is everyone's going to have a team, and you're going to make you're going to make a blanket. You make a 6x4 to 8x4 blanket with your team. It's basically no further instructions than that, other than be creative. So, I just figured nobody would actually turn in a diamond that they found, but I probably should call the ice rink. I was wearing gloves almost the whole time, so it's very unlikely that it fell off there. They're so cute. We got 50 solidarity events. And for 4 months of organization by mostly a bunch of people that didn't know what we were doing, it's pretty good. So again, we'll see. You usually have to do the thing and be successful before people want to tell the story of it. I did look at my gloves. I looked in the trash. I did all the things you think you should do when you lose a diamond. Takes all types in the revolution. This is something that's incredibly important. And this is one of the things that we are trying to help people understand. Everybody's job in a revolution or in a war is different, right? Different people do different things, and different people are good at different things. And one of the things we're going to have people do is we're providing 7 different archetypes in a revolution or in organizing, and having people sort themselves into those categories. And on top of that, if you end up without anyone in a certain category, you're going to need to go trade some people for someone else. I lost the diamond out of my wedding ring. Thank you for all your content. Also, you were kind enough to gift me a book club membership when I really couldn't afford it. And the community is wonderful. Here are some necklaces that made me think of you, and some granny squares and frogs. Oh, that's so nice. Life got a little overwhelming for me, so I couldn't finish them. I'm hoping someone has fun with them at the knit and love your work. Love your lives. Thank you so much. I want to say Kara. Ooh. Kara in Montana. I know exactly who that is. She's a great book club member. This one is very Japanese, which is phenomenal. That's one of the first places I grew up, is Japan. This one is definitely African of some kind. But yeah, like figuring out your job in the revolution, right? And your job is not the same as everyone else. It is made out of shells. That's so pretty. You know, I went through this process of at first I was like, I'm going to do this huge outdoor protest. And then I stopped and I was like, you know, what am I actually good at? I'm good at building platforms. I'm good at passing the mic. I don't want to be the leader. I want to listen to other people who have already been organizing and doing this. And I think what I'm good at is doing what I'm doing. So that's why I decided to do it this way. I already know what yarns I'm going to use for this one, and it's going to be epic. Using links to my book club. No, my book club is a Patreon membership. So if you see the link, you go to the Patreon there, and it's a $10 Patreon membership. That's pretty. Thank you, Kara. Thank you. I have a box to put all of my things in. I'm also trying to keep all the boxes that people send now so that I can start like recycling the boxes, because the world is dying. Ooh, hood feminism is a very, very good one. Ooh, little event springboard to future activism. That's all you need, you know? It's like if you want to be a runner, sign up for a 5K, like an actual 5K event, because that's all you need to catch the bug, right? And this is kind of the point of craftivism. Is it's not the only thing you do, but it is a very good way to start. Let's see what this is. Wait, is Kara here? Oh, that redhead over there. Now I know who you are, so I'm following you back. Thank you. Those were so nice. And you are such a lovely member of book club. Ooh, someone sent a bunch of yarn needles, which is a supply I belatedly realized we're definitely going to need. So that is excellent. This is from Great Falls, Montana, and some plastic needles. Bunch of granny squares and balls of yarn. It's just going to be, the good news is we're going to have to make less of the blanket than I imagined in the beginning, but we're certainly going to be spending many, many hours in construction. But again, hence the power of community. Okay. We're going to be able to put an incredible amount of things together. And I'm so glad that it is helping people get started. That's all. It's vacuum packed. Oh yeah, do a card. Do that. One of my pieces of advice is if you're going to learn how to knit, like do something that you'll want to wear. Like blankets are fine, but like if you do something that you want to wear, it's just, you're going to catch the bug. These are just giving Seahawks. Mr. KCL is a big Seahawk fan, but also F the NFL. It's going to be really pretty. I mean, if you want to learn any craft, what I can definitely say is there are so many, you know, like in the information age, you don't have to wait for someone to teach you. You can just pick it up and learn. And I say this like truly understanding that sometimes we don't get that. So I had this experience with cooking. Like I like to cook food from different cultures, and I for a while hung my identity on being a very good cook because that's part of the labor they made me do in the cult. And so I know how to make very good Brazilian food, and I know how to make very good Mexican food. And then I was like adult adopted by a Punjabi Canadian family, so I know how to make very good Indian food. And then one day I was at a gas station in Nashville and I saw some injera. And I was at it's important to say I was in a gas station in an Ethiopian part of town. And I saw some injera and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make Ethiopian food. And the great part was I only had to buy one new spice because I already had all the stuff from the Indian food. But I had this obviamente só deixa essa parte. I had this moment where I smelled the food and it's you don't actually need to be to be invited into a craft or a cultural thing like cooking. You can just decide to do it. And I thought that was cool. And now I'm going to pause while we vacuum and let you all ask me questions. I feel like it's just going to be this whole bin full of Granny squares. Actually, that's what I'm going to do right now. So many Granny squares. Oh my gosh. Knitting Cold Baby is going to be able to climb in and like swim around in Granny squares. And like she's going to do it. Olha esse tanto de coisa que todo mundo mandou para meu proteste.
Ah, esse não é tu que fez?
Não, eu tô fazendo um protesto nacional. Que eu estou chamando de Angry Knitting, como tricotando bravo. E daí temos parte que diz uma coisa, não hoje, fascismo. E daí todo mundo está mandando essas coisas. E vamos passar todo dia fazendo cobertores. Daí vamos arrumar tudo, fazer uma marcha. E depois desarrumar tudo e mandar para pessoas que precisam de cobertor.
Uau!
Yeah. Eu tenho 500 pessoas participando, mas eu tenho também 50 eventos ao redor do país que estão fazendo assim no mesmo dia para ajudar. E é todo nesse domingo que é o Dia de Mulheres Internacional.
Vai ser aqui mesmo.
Yeah.
Em DC?
Em DC, 5 da tarde, em domingo, vamos estar marchando desde o Monument, Washington Monument, esse grande, até o Capitol, onde vamos fazer nossa coisa. Eu vou fazer vídeos também, tudo assim. That was Portuguese, the Brazilian kind. And I always have to clarify because I found out if I don't clarify, white Americans try to argue with me that I'm from Portugal. The amount of times I have been asked if I'm sure that I'm not from Portugal is quite literally in. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. She's like, wait, you didn't make this? I'm like, the amount of woman hours that it would take to do all of this, which of course is part of the point. That we can do an incredible thing that literally not one single person could have done on their own. I think it's a very important part of what we are trying to demonstrate here. Whew. Senor style. When you hear me do that, when you hear me say, call my dog style. That's the Brazilian way. So I tend to have close ties to the Brazilian community, or I like to create close ties with the Brazilian community everywhere I live. It's not a picture of, he's not flying that helicopter, but he did fly that helicopter for 14 years for the United States Army. There's more. I hope everyone's getting a view of this. Right. Just in time for the knit-in meeting. Here we are with supplies. This is exciting. Well, this has cheered today. I hope it has cheered some of you up. I hope your son's having fun in Brazil, because it is truly an incredible country. It's also a country that's worth studying because they had a military dictatorship. Then they voted it out. And then when their Donald Trump tried to do what our Donald Trump did, they said, not on our watch. And that man is now in jail for 27 years. So Brazil actually rebounded. I have a toy poodle. Brazil actually rebounded from their dictatorship and built a stronger democracy than we have in America. So if you have not yet looked at Brazil, it is a good one to look at. I am going to soon be doing a discussion with a professor of Brazilian history, Brazilian one. I did one with an American one before. This one will be in Portuguese, and I will be best countries in the world, but I think Brazil is probably the friendliest country in the world. It's also the highest use of anxiety medication. So, you know, there's always different things that are interesting in different ways. What? I don't understand why my purse is soaking wet. Oh, meu Deus. Yeah, isso tudo. All right. Thank you so much for
Just a statement.
I thought the anxiety medication thing was very interesting because one of the things about cults is attitude control and how you're always only supposed to be happy and bubbly and 100% yay all of the time. And I think Brazilians culturally are like that. And so hidden anxiety. All right, folks. Must take off now. Thanks for playing. I'm going to go plan a meeting. Go plan a knit-in, and I'll see you tomorrow with some more